Alright, this is a Darkness Team Honor Mode run. I'm recording this after the fact, so I'll try not to forget a whole bunch of stuff. Basically, we're just going to start with the Hunter Raven Companion. He's going to lay out a whole bunch of darkness. His ability is absolutely busted, but I feel a little bit less bad since Darkness got a little bit nerfed in patch 6. This is a crit build Warlock, so I'm going to throw down Mind Sanctuary for a little bit of team haste. And then I'm going to lock down the enemies here with Hunger of Hadar. It's always a good way to start with a Warlock, it's just some big concentration spell. And then follow up with just a whole bunch of Eldritch Blasts.
My faith protects me. Let's try this way.
Here I go to use Cloud Kill just because I like the spell and I'm hoping that it'll kill Lorroakan pretty easily. But I didn't bother to examine him, so I didn't realize he was immune to poison damage. So this is just a waste of a spell slot, but you'll see that we didn't really need to use any spell slots basically in this fight. I'm trying to make some decision of what to do to replace it, but I end up just moving on from Shadowheart for now. Start putting some damage down on our mage friend here. I can set up here because during dialogue with him, I told him that we killed the Night Song. And he just kind of moves on with his life. Now, I think the fire elemental there, going through the Mind Sanctuary, like, killed his normal haste, so he gets, like, stunned from it. Kind of a weird interaction, but works for me. Astarion is my Hunter Ranger here. I've got Brain Drain gloves on him for mental fatigue, so that my Great Old One's Warlock Frighten goes off a little bit more easily. Now we're back to Shadowheart, and I built her mostly for support, so at this point in the fight, she doesn't really have much to do. I even cast Spiritual Weapon here, and it's honestly a waste of a spell slot. It does basically nothing against these elementals. I think this is the only Sacred Flame that actually hits this fight. We're so protected in this darkness that we don't really lose a lot of health. Lae'zel's a Tiger Barbarian with 2 levels of Warlock, just for Devil's Sight. I only have 1 Rage Charge left, so I'm deciding not to use it in this fight. She's got a Reverberation build with the Drake Throat Glaive passive on Thunder, on the Punch Drunk Bastard. We're so grouped up here, I decide not to make her drink any alcohol either, so I don't hurt my teammates.
Choice but to keep going.
Those crits just take him out. I don't even have Potent Ropes because Alfira died pretty early. We're here for the Frightens, so people can't approach us in the darkness. This fight goes a little longer than it needs to, just because I'm trying not to burn a bunch of resources. I'm trying to stretch my long rests as far as possible, just as like a personal challenge. Since I have a full team of 4, I'm not doing like solo or anything. That might be the only attack that Raven lands as well. Oh, no, 2 attacks. The Raven really just has one purpose, and it's to put down darkness. Doesn't do a ton of damage. This guy gets to muddy us up twice, but it basically doesn't do anything. We're not really moving around much anyway. Trying to figure out why the spiritual weapon doesn't get hasted here, and it's like stuck. I don't know if it's just from the movement debuff. I'm not sure. I respect Astarion to Hunter pretty recently at this point, so I keep forgetting to Hunter's Mark stuff. It's actually really important because my Raven also benefits from Hunter's Mark. Trying to get the most out of the Mind Sanctuary haste as well. Here I'm trying to figure out what to do with Shadowheart, because again, my guys don't really need any buffs or anything. I'm trying to conserve spell slots. Pretty sure both these Sacred Flames miss. Thanks for coming along, Shadowheart.
I am death.
Even without Rage and the Punch Drunk Bastard active, Lae'zel still does a ton of damage. I've got the Brutal Leap on her to try and knock stuff prone, but the I'm pretty sure the elementals are immune to prone anyway. Pushing these guys out of Eldritch Blast, and that one elemental goes down there and he gets like stuck. You'll see it when it goes to his turn in a second. Here we get a second Eldritch Blast from the haste. Again, this is even a little bit overkill in this fight. Now we're down to like... Now we've got that invisible elemental still. I'm not sure why he had to dash there. Apparently this guy has surprisingly high AC. I'm also realizing, looking back at it now, that for some reason this Raven is actually getting its extra attack as part of the hasted action, despite us being on honor mode. I'm also trying to figure out why my other Ravens weren't in initiative. Here I'm just switching to melee attacks for the ease of it. Oh, and right here, the elemental moves off of the platform, he gets stuck there and he doesn't move again. I'm not sure why I'm recasting Cloud Kill here. It literally does nothing. I should have just canceled the concentration. Now we're getting Lae'zel into place to actually deal some damage to this guy, except we have lost our actions because the Mind Sanctuary ended.
Time to push my luck again.
But it doesn't really matter. The Warlock's got this handled. Now finally this elemental shows back up, but it's just him against us. I'm not sure why this Raven can't move here, but this battle's over anyway. He's stuck down there, just growling away. I'm not sure if does an elemental growl? It's very strange.
This is worth the cost.
And again, here I'm just like saving my resources for future fights because we're not really in danger here anymore. I go to fly here to reapply darkness. I'm not exactly sure why this makes an opportunity attack happen. I'm not really going far enough away from him, but it doesn't really matter. Once the darkness is up. This also brings these birds back into play. I'm not really sure why they were just sitting there before. But again, mostly irrelevant. Those are just bodies. But we're all immune to the darkness. Just moving Starry in here so I can actually make some ranged attacks since he has the Titan String.
Feel their anguish.
It does a lot more damage than his melee attacks. Oh. But we can still make a bonus action offhand attack. So here I finally end the cloud kill so I don't accidentally walk into it.
On I go.
But she can't really get close enough to that guy down there anyway.
Where do I go from here?
But the Dirge is half a lithid, so I can just fly down there and finish this fight off. And that's it. I've started these recordings late in this playthrough, but I'm going to do all the big Act 3 bosses, and then we're going to stream probably the next Honor Mode run. So like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to see more. Until the next time, happy adventuring.